Have you seen rounds where it said gray is the new blonde? And right now, actually, we say gray is the new black. Wow, amazing. The other day, while I think gray is one topic that intrigues me, and a couple of days ago, I found quite an interesting statement. And somebody said, "Hey, I'm not gray, I just carry strands of wisdom." Wow. You know what? When I meet people with gray, and I think most of my clients can testify, when I'm on the floor and I find somebody with gray, I'm literally starstruck. They notice that I spend a longer time with them, asking them about their gray, asking them about their journey, complimenting them. When I see gray strands, oh my God, they look so beautiful, blending in with the black. And in most cases, when I also find those that have come to dye, I always ask a lot of questions. Why are you dyeing? It's so beautiful. It's so pretty. I recall this time, it was during Christmas season, and this is where we have full-blown traffic. But there's a memory that always sticks to my mind. There was a lady that had full-blown gray. Trust me, in the entire salon, she was a point of attraction, but also in a beautiful way, because everybody complimented how beautiful, how elegant, how honorable she was. She was quite a wonderful spectacle. Anyway, when I start speaking about gray, hey, but anyway, we are here to just start the conversations. Much as gray hair intrigues me, I'm not yet gray. Much as I encourage so many people to go gray, much as I research a lot about gray hair, I'm not yet gray. Perhaps I have not lived in the footsteps of somebody struggling with their seasons of gray, whether the gray hair has come in early in life or it has come in the right season of their lives, okay? I cannot say I'm an expert of experience, but I believe I'm a scholar of gray hair. For most of the people that I listen to or understand their journeys, most of them say they felt free after embracing their seasons of gray, or embracing the fact that maybe their genetics had enabled the gray hair to come very early in life. From what most of them indicated, that you see, they struggled so much with the stereotype of people thinking they were old. But then it had to come from within themselves to know that if my gray strands came in very early in life, it is the attitude of life, not the thought or the stereotype or the myth that I look old. Most of them, it had to come from an inner acceptability of what they were going through. And you know what they got this time? They stopped the dyes and then they just went gray. And believe me not, when you see how they look like, they look young, they look confident. Melanocytes are cells that are responsible for producing the dark pigment that is called melanin that makes our hair black. So when your melanocytes are dying off, then your follicles will start producing your gray strands. For some people, it will come in due season. But for other people, it will come earlier due to their genetics or their specific genes. For some of us, gray hair will come as a result of stress, of burnout, of poor nutrition. But did you know that also all these conditions could create an autoimmune condition? For some people, it may be irreversible, then to others, it may be reversible. So, of course, we have to mind when we sleep, when we give ourselves some grace, when we realize that our bodies are going through stressful conditions, and then we give the bodies the rest that they require. In most cases, you'll find that you will reverse your graying season. But for most of us, that it's irreversible because of our genes and our seasons, then we have to embrace it. Let's get off the sulfate shampoos to the sulfate-free purple shampoos and moisturizing shampoos. Why? Because gray is thin and very fragile. Once in a while, when we do use the purple shampoos, it's only to balance out the browning of the grays, but then get back onto the moisturizing shampoos. Kindly remember to always do your protein deep conditioning treatments, as always grays dry out and are mostly frizzy, so you need to keep your moisture levels high. Reduce the over reliance of heat into your hair. One of the things that causes browning is introduction of heat all the time, also being in the sun for a longer time. Lastly, your nutrition. In the previous series, we have talked about chlorophyll, we've talked about supplements, we've talked about rest, we've talked about distressing, hydration, and then ultimately embracing our God-given natural beauty. Flag bearers for us to embrace our gray seasons. I'm also very mindful of the people that perhaps may not be ready to embrace the gray seasons. Our major concern is that how do we choose to color also in the most healthy way and avoid the dyes that have hydrogen peroxide and ammonia because of the toxic nature that they carry. What I would recommend is to go the organic process, which is the introduction of henna and indigo. It's a bit of a longer process, but it is safer for our hair. One may ask, but why haven't we been giving these services at the salon? Because always our message has been for somebody to embrace their season. We always let it to the customer to decide, and most of our customers chose the dyes. Starting this November, we are embarking on a journey to support all those that are willing already to embrace the transitioning of their gray seasons, all those that want to embark on a healthier journey of managing their gray season with henna and the indigo.